Hey, what's up, fam? Thank y'all for tuning in once again. As always, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And when you do subscribe, hit the notification bell so every time I drop a video, you will be the first to know about it. So I came across this article and I want my sisters to answer me a question. Where is all the money that y'all claim that y'all have since y'all can't date broke brothers? I've done a couple of videos dealing with money, especially from the female aspect, because there are a couple of things out there that show that financially, the Black American women do not support each other like they claim they do, like the support that they feel that they want. Like take the WNBA for instance. It's played majority by Black females, but they're all upset because they feel like they're not making the money like the men make. Majority Black men, and they're mad about it. Don't want to make less than Black men for some reason. I don't understand what the problem. I don't understand why, and they're very vocal about it. Very vocal to the point that it's just downright disrespectful. Not even based on logic. It's just emotion. But you don't play like the men. You don't draw the crowds like the men. You don't support men like the men do. But yet, you want the WNBA women to make the money like the men do. But we all know the history of the WNBA. So they're hemorrhaging money to the point to where they have to be subsidized or being kept afloat by the NBA just so they can have a league. If they was making so much money, they wouldn't have to go overseas to make $1 million. Wouldn't have to do it. I mean, Shaq said it best, and I heard no outrage, uproar about what he said, because a lot of time when you call people to the square and bring facts to them, when you bring the accountability back to them, they have nothing to say. Now it's easy to say, "Oh, we should make more. We should make what they make," because we're out here playing like they playing this and the third. And Shaq said the same thing. A lot of us say, say the quiet thing out loud. You need to go and support the players. If you want, first if you understand business, you got to bring in money to make money. And where does the money come from? The money comes from the fans who pay the money. People don't become millionaires and billionaires just by waking up one day and money just falling into their lap. The money has to be made. And you make money from consumers, people who consume your products. So in order for LeBron, Kobe, Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, in order for them guys to make the millions of dollars that they do, someone has to buy tickets. Someone has to go to the games, pay for parking, buy the food at the concession stand. Someone has to buy the jerseys, right? Someone has to sit down, watch TV in order for advertisers to say, hey, you got 50 million people watching the game. Can I put my commercial? Can I advertise my product during your game? And then the NBA is like, sure. This is what we charge for this length of a commercial during this time of the game, and so on and so forth. That's where your revenue comes in. Then your cable people be like, well, shoot, y'all got that many people watching? Sure, let me buy a season worth of games to be broadcast on our channel. That means we're going to bring more eyes to our channel, which means we can bring more subscribers and we can bring in more revenue. Let's do that. That's how business is done. So when you watch the WNBA games and you don't see a quarter of the seats being filled, if that, they go from playing in American Airlines Arena Center down here in Dallas, and then they got to go to like a college campus in Arlington, talking about the Wings, because they're not selling enough tickets, and the cost of doing business does not make sense. People get into business to make money, not to lose money. You understand? So when you understand how business works, then you understand that you as the complainer are also the consumer. And if you're not spending money at these games or buying these tickets, yeah, and tickets are cheap, right? Tickets can be reasonable. So if you're not buying tickets, not buying family passes, group tickets, and selling out the little stadiums or the arenas, how can you expect these players to make money? But I say that to hurry and get to this story is because you ain't got the money. You spend the money on what you want. The money you do have, you spend on what you want. You complain about the other stuff. I just say people, they buy what they want and beg for what they need. You pay for what you want to. I mean, whether it's your car, your clothes, your hair, your nails, your lashes, whatever, your TVs, your concert tickets, whatever you want to buy, that's what you pay for. But then you can complain about. You don't complain about none of that stuff you buying, but you're not buying them tickets. But stuff you complaining about, you're not really participating in, because if you was, those WNBA players, they'll probably be making $1 million. They probably would have been flying on chartered flights before Caitlin Clark got into the league. Things would have been different. Caitlin Clark would have just been the icing on it, what they call it, the cherry on the whipped cream, cherry on top. That would have just catapulted an already vibrant league into something of NBA status. But you're not doing it. You understand it takes time for things to build. But anyway, I said that to say this. I wanted to get to this article because the question is, again, my sisters, where is the money that you're talking about? And then I'm breaking it down because I'm going to build it up to something at the end. So this is from MSN.com by way of Bloomberg, and it says never married black women own 8 cents for every $1 held by white men. Let's get to this quick little article so we can go deep dive into it. It says 2 categories of people have the least wealth in the U.S. according to an analysis by the Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis. Black and Hispanic women who have never married. That's funny how they put black and Hispanic in here, but I don't want y'all to focus on the Hispanic part. I want my sisters to focus on themselves. The self accountability. Don't add anybody to your problems. Take accountability for what you do as an individual and as a singular group first, and we'll worry about other women later. Oh, let's see. And in that group, a black woman held just 8 cents for every dollar in median wealth owned by a white man in 2022. The study found that comes to just $3,300 in wealth. Never married mothers with minor children, regardless of their race, also had extremely low levels of wealth with a median of $3,900. So that's saying that out of all women who are baby mamas, you ain't got no money. And those women who ain't got no kids, you still ain't got no money. Now, let me see if I can find this definition of the median. Remember, we discussed this before, but let's revisit. It says the median. So what's the definition? It says denoting or relating to a value or quantity lying at the midpoint of a frequency distribution of observed values or quantities, such as there is an equal probability of falling above or below it. So the median is just the middle number. For example, what's an example of a median? For instance, in a set of data 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 10, 10, the average would be 28 divided by 8 because it's 8 numbers, and that would equal 3. The median, however, would be 1. The midpoint value. This is why many economists favor the median for reporting a nation's income or wealth, since it is more representative of the actual income distribution. But think about median again. I could say you have 1 million people or 100 people, and 49 of those have no money whatsoever. And then the other 50 of them have no money whatsoever. The other 50 have $1 million. Well, you divide that in half, you would say that the average people on average have $500,000, right? But then the median would say, it said, say the first 50 will be either zero. Well, the median would be 0 and 100. I mean, 0 and a million, whatever. So the median would be like a million. But it like say it's the number. Well, you can't really do middle with an even number. So let's say if it's like 99 people and 50 of them had 0, well, in the median would be 0. That means the majority of the people have, right in the middle, nobody has no wealth, which would be a better representation. This would be a better representation of actual wealth in the country, because people are like, dang, you ain't got no money. Yeah, I ain't got no money. Most of us ain't got no money, but that half got money. But us down here, we struggling. So that's what the median is, just like just the middle value of the middle value of wealth. But anyway, let's continue. So I mean, I look down and they got this chart said Black and Hispanic women have little wealth. Again, I'm going to try to leave out Black and Hispanic. I'm going to try to leave out the Hispanic because my question is this: how is it that Hispanic men have more wealth than Black men? And how is it that Hispanic women have more wealth than Black women? Because we be the main one to sit here and say that, oh, we don't want these jobs. They're going to hire these Mexicans, and these Mexicans are going, they'll do it because they make less. They'll do it for less than what we will do it for. But that's simply not true, because minimum wage is minimum wage. Above table, below table, making money, it goes across the board. Saw a video where a woman said her husband quit a job making 6 figures because he didn't want to pay like $3,000 a month in child support. When she's sitting here saying, how I'm gonna pay my mortgage and my car note, they ain't got nothing to do with the kid. You supposed to go out there and make your own money. So he said he makes like does a minimum wage job, which is quite possibly that he's still doing the same work that he was doing, but getting paid cash under the table. So it happens in all ethnicities, all races. So it's not specifically geared for one race. You can't sit there and say, oh, Hispanics or Mexicans don't work for nothing, this and the third. It's a lie. It's a lie. They might be more geared or more willing to do the minimum wage job so they can build themselves up, but somehow they got more money than us. And I don't understand why, but at the bottom of the totem pole is Black women, because it shows here like Black women, what it say, 8 cents for every dollar that a white man got, but the Black man look like he got like 21, 22 cents. Just think about it. Black women. And here's why we try to promote marriage. One of the reasons why you promote marriage so much, because women say you can do bad by yourself. Hell, you can do bad by yourself because you're doing bad by yourself. But if you find the right dude, shoot, you can do pretty good together. I think I'd rather do pretty good together than to do bad by myself. Make it make sense if that's not the way you think. Because you think about it, if I got 22 cents and you got 8 cents, just like that, together, you've gained 7 cents without doing anything. Just like that. Because if we're together and then we break up and then you get half of what I got, you've already came out like a fat rat. But we're not talking about that. Breaking up. Getting together, you just, like I said, you gain 7 cents easily, to where I gained like I said, well, I really didn't. I mean, I gained yours plus mine plus yours. I've gained the extra 8 cents. But like I say, together on average, like I said, we got 30 cents. So like together we got 30, we'll have 30 cents together. But you have gained, like say, came up from, from being at the lowest to being up there with me now. And then we can add on what we got. Now we still, now if all Hispanic men and women got together and white women and white men got together, we still wouldn't be up there with them, but we would have more together and we could probably use that to try to build. But like I said, the question is, How in the hell the Hispanics pass us like that? They ain't been here that long, but I'm gonna get into. I'm gonna read some other articles so you can see some stats. It said the wealth gap for never married people overall was the smallest in data started in 1989, but with women owning 68 cents for every dollar men held, the difference remains wide and much wider than the gender income gap, which stood at 90 cents from that group, based on analysis of the Fed's survey of consumer finance data. The data highlights racial disparities among women as well. Never married white women had a median of $31,000 in wealth. $31,000. Hold on, let's scroll up here. This is real time. Compared to 3,300 in wealth. Let that sink in while I go back to find where I was at. Almost 10 times the amount owned by their black counterparts. Median wealth for never married white men stood at $40,000. Overall, the research found that recent gains in housing prices have helped women's wealth grow, but only for those who own real estate. Meanwhile, the wealth of never married men rose mostly because they had less debt in 2022 than in 2019. Not being able to accumulate wealth over time, even while earning equal wages, has vast consequences over a lifetime, including challenges to financially secure retirement. Quote, it's hard to answer the gender wealth gap question with just one statistic, said Anna Hernandez Kent, senior researcher with the Institute of Economic Equity at the St. Louis Feds, in a blog post. But never married black women, never married Hispanic women, and never married mothers of any race or ethnicity were the most financially vulnerable. So which means women, you have no money. This is a benefit of being married. Get you. I can give you examples of situations in my own families, extended cousins, this, that, and third. Most, if I could think about it, if not all of the married people in my family, and this includes uncles, aunts, parents, cousins, friends of mine, all of them that are married, because I'm trying to think of anybody who's different at this age, because right now I'm in my 40s now. The majority of them, like I say, all of them have houses, cars, whatever, living, quote unquote, maybe middle class, and it may not even be like in a nice, the nicest neighborhood, but it's, they got houses. And they're married and they're living and they're taking care of bills, taking care of family, raising their families. They have that. Majority of the cousins that I know, in family that I know, can't think of no aunts that are single, no uncles that are, single uncle too. They don't have houses. They have apartments, renting. Some of them get houses and can't keep them. Right, and move into a house and then get put out, lose it, what have you. Grown folk, trying to live with family members, brothers, siblings, or what have you, trying to get back on their feet. And these folks would be 30s, 40s, 50 years old. Just can't get it right. You see what I'm saying? So what you're putting out there, what you're selling, nobody really is buying, because we understand how it really is. I've seen too many times where women, like I said before, try to say what they used to do, what they had, this and the third. Don't nobody want to know about what you had. Nobody want to know what you had at the table. They want to know what can you do now to make the situation that we have that's okay now and getting better. What can you do to expedite the process to make it get better faster? Again, if I got 22 cents and you got 8 cents, we put that together, we got 30 cents. We can do a whole lot more. Well, you can do a whole lot more with 30 cents than I could have with 8 cents. You see what I'm saying? With your added 8 cents, but still we have 30 cents. Plus we got two brains that hopefully can work together to double that, because let's just be honest. If I double my 22 cent, that makes 44. If you double your 8 cent, that makes 16. That's still, if I double my 44, that makes 88. You double your 16, that makes 32. You still ain't catching up to me, right? But if we got 30 cent and we double that, that'll make 60 off the bat. And then we can double that 60 off the bat, it makes $1.20 only on 2 doubles. But with the money that we have individually, it's gonna take a few doubles to get up to $1.20. You understand? Do y'all understand what I'm selling? You understand what I'm trying to tell you? Stop with the bullcorn. Stop with the lies about what you got, because you ain't got it. Compared to me, you got a little bit, but you ain't got it. And I, as a man, I'm gonna make sure that you ain't. I ain't gonna think. No, I'm gonna make sure that what you have, it ain't gonna be more than what I got. Because I'm gonna do everything I can, and it may not be like. And I mean, I'm talking about on a long-term level. Because right now you may have a little more than what I have, but trust me, I'm not gonna sit on what I got. I'm not that type of man. I'm gonna keep building on what I got to where I can, that way so I can get is maximize what I can get. And as a man, and as the way this economy works, it's just bound to happen. It's just bound to happen. It's just a natural order of things that if I keep doing what I'm doing, you keep doing what you're doing, no matter what, I'm gonna have more than what you have. So you might as well just go hit you know what I'm saying, hit your wagon up. You know what I'm saying? And add on to what you got. You know what I'm saying? Bring what you bring to the table to help build this family structure, this Black dynamic. But like I said, but again, I can say you can be pissed off. That's fine. But I can go to these statistics. Matter of fact, let's go to these statistics right quick. What did it say? It said there are about, this is from Zippia.com. It says 8.8% of U.S. adults are millionaires. Only 8%. Only 8.8% of U.S. adults are millionaires. But the internet would make you think, social media make you think that every Black woman in the country is making $1 million with all the businesses that they have. And they're going to sell you a course on how you can do it yourself. It says there are about 22 million millionaires in the U.S. 8.8% of U.S. adults are millionaires. 33% of U.S. millionaires are women. 33% of U.S. millionaires are women. 33% of 22 million. So let's see, 10% is what, 2, 4, 6. So what, 6? So 6 million, about a little over 6 million women. 6.5 million women are millionaires. But Black women, you only got 8 cents on the dollar of what men have, who are, you know, women, and more majority of them are white. So my question again is, where are you at on the totem pole? And the reason why I'm harping on this is because, again, it's too many of y'all out here trying to sell this bullcorn to the youngsters, and you got to be honest. It's kind of like Ebony K out here getting, you know, talking all this crap about she won't date a bus driver. You know, she had her share of men she could have been with. None of them amount to what she got. Okay. And then she talking about freezing her eggs and getting sperm samples and not as help as pregnant, a single mother, and think that's a proud moment. That's the dumbest thing, because now you supposedly, maybe as you putting out there, got a little money, got a little status, and you selling a pipe dream to some broke women who ain't got nothing but 8 cents for what every white man got, and got 8 cents for every 22 cents I got. And we ain't crazy enough to go out here and try to have a bunch of babies and raise them because we can't afford them. So how in the heck can you do it? But she's selling this dream to women who don't have anything comparatively, and make it sound like it's right. And it makes nary a bit of sense. I don't understand it, man. I really don't understand. They say millionaires by race and ethnicity, 76% of millionaires in the U.S. are white. 8% of millionaires in the U.S. are Black. 8% of the millionaires in the U.S. are Asian. 7% identifies as Hispanic and Latino. Again, the narrative of the Hispanics, they come over here and they work for less than us and they'll do any job that we don't want to do. And so they don't make no money. They get the money and send it back home. There'll be 20 of them living in the house. You push that narrative, but yet they have caught up with you so quick because you're too busy worrying about that emotional part of the argument and not dealing with the tangible part, as in let's get out here and get this bread for real and let's stack and let's build, not let's make money and let's spend it. So you got a small minority group of people who are coming in and getting rich. And I wonder how that is. You know what it's off of? Those jobs that you claim that they're not making no money off of, they're doing it. Because when I go to work every day when I go to work, I take a detour off the highway because certain parts of the highway and there's a certain road that I don't want to get on because one, people can't drive, a lot of congestion, and people will make you get out and have road rage just by the way they drive. And so I take this little back road to my job, and you go down. It's like in the road. It's a jacked up road, 2-lane road. I mean, it got potholes and crevices, and it's just a rocky road to drive down. But I noticed on this road, there are like 1, 2, 3. It's like 3 or 4 houses that's sitting on at least an acre of land. At least one might got more than an acre, and they're nice houses, big houses. Got a little pond. Got like a little circle hat. Got a U-drive in the front. But when you look at the vehicles there, you can tell that those vehicles are vehicles of people who might own construction companies, who do some kind of manual labor. And you can just assume just by the looks that those people probably own their own companies, doing work that you supposedly don't want to do, right? That we don't want to do because we don't want to. We don't say they're not paying us enough. And they own their own company and they got nice houses sitting on land and living like they're supposed to. The American dream, right? And I see, and when you look, you'll see, like I say, Hispanic folk there. I think one house, I think it's a white family in one house, but the point is, these folks, like I say, you know, so they're making good money and they own their own business, and I'm quite sure they didn't just get it overnight. Like I say, selling courses online, it doesn't work that way. These people go out here and they go out here and learn the trade, and then they go out there and they practice their trade, and they do it out, you know, so they put it out there to the world and make money and stack their money and invest in their own businesses and companies, and they build and they grow to where now they can have nicer. Hell, I had a homeboy who dad, you know what I'm saying, had a landscaping company. Shoot, his dad made some good money. You know, so I remember them living down the street for a few blocks, well, close to us, going to high school, whatever. Nice little middle class house now. So they got, like, from what I heard, last I heard, they got like a big spread out in the country somewhere. A lot of land, big, nice size house. You know what I'm saying? Living it up. That's just what it is. But folks act like you're going to become a millionaire, like you're going to get all this money like overnight. Because that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. That's what I want to get to. Millionaire status by age. The world's 100 richest individuals earned their first million at the age of 37 on average. The average millionaire is 57 years old. 57, but yet, hold on. This goes back to also, don't nobody want to settle down. Don't nobody want to get married. They want to waste their best years out here on these streets, you know, sleeping with, dating a bunch of men, dating a bunch of women, whatever the case. Let's say one from the women's standpoint, dating a bunch of dudes, no count dudes, wasting your prime years, you know, giving it up, dating these dudes that ain't about nothing. And then when you get older and you get 30s, 40s, Ebony K. Williams age, and now you want to settle down, and all these guys are married with families, and you want to, like, where all the good men at. But remember, the guys that you wanted didn't have no money. They was broke. You only want the rich guys. And you did with guys you thought had money, but most of them probably sold drugs or played sports. And then once you find out that either they didn't have the money or they could lose it real fast, or you wasn't the only female out there, you got all hurt and you wanted to leave. And then when you get older, you get wilder, you say, oh, so the men with the money, these are the guys with the money over here with these businesses and going to school and college degrees and stuff. I should have stuck with them. Well, hell, by that time, they done got married. But again, the average millionaire is 57 years old. So from the 20s and 30s, when these guys are building their wealth, you like saying they ain't worth your time. But then by the time you get older, and now you want to date an older man or somebody with something, he's going to be an older man, but he's 57 years old. Guarantee that dude's got a family now. So you working in reverse. Let's say as of 2013, this is an old stat, 42% of millionaires are baby boomers between the ages of 57 and 75 years of age, the majority of any major age group. As of 2013, 19% of millionaires are millennials between 18 and 31 years of age. Education status, 88% of surveyed millionaires graduated from college. 88%. So why? So again, I don't understand why you women would go to college, go to school, and not and not date or try to find you a mate while in college, because those who have went to college make more money. Hell, I can attest to that. So I can tell you, before I got my degree, I was making about $12 an hour. The most I made was like $13 an hour working at a warehouse. But once I got my degree and making, I got my nursing degree and been in nursing a few years now. Like I said before in the previous video, I can bring home the money I'm making now. No, I can bring home after taxes 6 figures easy. You know what I'm saying? You can do the math yourself. You can guess or whatever yourself. But yeah, I said with the money I'm making, I can bring home six figures easy. Bring home after taxes. So, like I said, it don't make sense for you not to try to find somebody where you're at. If all you ladies talking about getting all these degrees, it's got to be somebody out there making money. Got to be somebody out there, going to school, because 80% survey millionaire because you want money. And you try to say, women try to say, oh, you all about money. It ain't all about money. It's about family, this and that third. First of all, family is number one when it comes to men. Get that understood. Number one, it's about taking care of your household. And how do you take care of your household in a capitalistic society? You got to make money. So why not make as much money as possible to where that you can live as comfortable as possible, and your family don't have to, as a man, your family don't have to have a bunch of needs and stressing out and worries about where their next meal coming from. If the car gonna get fixed, refrigerator gonna get repaired. Oh, can you buy some blinds or curtains? This and the third, air conditioner break down. You got to have money to fix those things. You can't say, well, as long as I got my health and my strength and my family around me, we gonna make it. Get that. Ain't anybody trying to stress like that, man. Let's say 62% surveyed millionaires graduated from public or state schools. Just 8% said they attended prestigious private schools. And 52%, and that's public or state colleges. 52% of surveyed millionaires earned a master's degree or higher. This is far more than the 12% of the general U.S. population that earned above an undergraduate degree. So I guess there's a reason why y'all get like so many degrees. Hell, the problem is, are you getting it through student loans? Because you're getting it through student loans, then shoot, you ain't gonna never become a millionaire, because you're gonna always owe them. You're gonna be owing tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars for to get a degree that ain't gonna pay you, ain't gonna match what you owe. It says 33% of 1/3 of U.S. millionaires are women, right? But it's not black women. We already established that. Women make up about 20% of Fidelity's 401 account holders who have at least $1 million set aside. That's one thing I tell my daughters. They talking about, getting a savings account. Savings account for what? what you saving for. Because the savings account only gonna do is lose money. I don't care how much money you put in, all you're gonna do is lose money. Because the value of a dollar goes down at least 3 to 7% every year. But yet, a savings account, a good savings account now may give you 1, maybe 2%. Remember back in the day, a CD used to give you 7 or 8%. Now they might give you 1 or 2%. So it's always best to have a investment account. Get your investment account, get you some Roth IRAs, mutual funds, put an S&P 500, put your money in there and just let it grow and just let it compound, or get you some stocks that pay dividends to where you can just invest it right back into what you got and just let it grow. So that way, when you become 57 years old or in your 50s or in your 40s, you start young enough, you can have, $1 million in your bank account, and it's only going to compound interest, only going to expand, as you get older. But you gotta play the long game. It's like I said, I tell my daughters, get you a 401 Fidelity. I got a Fidelity account. I think my job got a T.R.O.W.T.H. I think they do T.R.O.W.T.H. So that's gonna just be another added advantage. So I think the last 2 or 3 places I've worked, they've created, they had retirement accounts in these investment banks. So now that means that's how I got started in stock market, real quick, was that I got in the 401k, like one of my first outdoor jobs. Got in the 401k, and so I had a Fidelity account. Now I couldn't have opened a Fidelity account back then because I had no money. Didn't have enough money to get, like, say, investment account. But because I did it through my job, now I got an account. So now I can go in there and have $2, or go in there and have $2,000 or $2 million, whatever. Because the account is already established. But these are things you learn through time, and things then you can teach other people. To the average age for women to have $1 million set aside for retirement is 58.5%. If that's the case, and all those women claim they got millions, all these millions now, what you doing with the money? Spending it, buying stuff with it. The average age for men to have $1 million set aside for retirement is 59.3. So you beat us there by a few months, which is good. Which means I guess you either start stacking up earlier, or you just get money from, you saving money while your man's out there working, and you saving more than he can, but he's paying the bills. Let's see statistics by leadership roles. It said the top 5 industries for producing millionaires are finance and investments, technology, manufacturing, fashion and retail, and healthcare. That's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. The food and beverage and real estate industries follow at number 6 and 7, respectively. So hell, you make more money in healthcare and financial investment than you would in food and beverage and real estate. But everybody want to be a real estate agent because it looks like you make a lot of money because of the way they dress. Shout out to Jay Morrison. What did it say? There are 21 million millionaires, 21.9 million millionaires in the United States. This is 39.1% of the world's total number of millionaires. Let's say New Jersey got the most, then Maryland, the Connecticut, Massachusetts, then Hawaii. But you would think New York would have just by the way they talk. But Hawaii, I heard Hawaii's cost of living is high. But anyway, I'll probably put this in the link in the description box so y'all can look at it. But like I say, my point is, I'm just trying to harp on like relationships, status, getting married, having things, because it's hard out here, man. It's hard out here being alone. It's hard because the way the economy is going and inflation and how prices are, things are a lot more expensive than they were. And you got to know how to start. You see people complain about prices, saying they can't afford to do this, that, and the third. But a lot of times you see people that complain, you either living above your means or you single. And if you're single, that's a good thing because you should just move back in with your parents and, stack your bread, get your education, and, and get out there and actually try to find you a husband or try to find you a wife to where y'all can create that family dynamic. and create generational wealth like it's supposed to be. But a lot of times it ain't what we thinking. We try to sit here and act like, hey, I got a nice little check, sold some stuff at a vendor fair, and now I'm making millions. I'm finna make these millions, and selling shea butter and candles, and it just doesn't work that way. It's not gonna work that way, and it's not. And I ain't sitting here trying to harp or down, Black American women. I'm not doing that. But what I am is calling it out, the hypocrisy and the ignorance, and like I said, the lies, because like I said, we as a people don't have the money that we claim we do. Now, I ain't sitting there saying, but the racial wealth gap, I don't feel will be closed anytime soon, the way things are going. If things keep going as par, it's just not going to happen. But what we can do is just increase our own wealth, increase our own stability, help, keep our own, sanity intact, just by, like I say, getting together and working as a whole. And the first thing is the family dynamic. Create that family dynamic will help, like I say, alleviate a lot of stress. As long as we out here harping this single parent this and single ladies and independent and all that kind of stuff, sounds good, but it ain't reality, man. On paper, it ain't gonna work. But anyway, that's all I got. Tell me what you think about this story. Leave your comments below. Let's have a dialogue. Let's talk about it, y'all. Support the channel. There's 4 ways you can support the channel that don't cost you anything. You can like, share, comment, and subscribe. All 4 ways. Don't cost you anything but a couple of minutes out your day. And it's, it's worth more than, let's say, a picture worth 1,000 words. Well, shoot, a like, share, comment, and subscribe is worth like more than 1,000,000 words to me. But if you want to support monetarily, you can get super thanks, super chat, or you can click on the link below and click in the description box below, and there are links down there where you can support the channel. Like, for example, you go to marlonmorale.com. I got fragrances for men and women. I like luxury fragrances. They're all luxury fragrances. They last all day. From the finest oils. It's not, like I said, it don't last no couple of hours. It'll last you good, like I say, by hours on end. Like I said, luxury fragrances. I also got luxury products like silk, like charmeuse. I can't say it right. Silks, and this and the third, like top of line quality. Nothing bottom line, nothing fake, nothing phony. It's just no real deal stuff. So anyway, that's marlonmorale.com. But with that being said, I'll leave you in peace, and I'll see you on the other side.